Hey guys, my name is Ruben, and I'm agency. I'm from Beijing, and I'm majoring in economic. And the reason why that I taking the course is because of I think public relationship is really imperative in my future careers, especially about the media coverage and communication aspect. There's a lot of things that I can learn from these courses, especially how you're dealing with the public relationship. Well, when you enroll in a company or you're actually participate in your company or create your own companies, this is really important because it will help you to solve some conflict with customer, or when you have a big brand images problems, you can using the public relationship strategies to overcome this kind of challenge. And the important thing is for the question 3, I think the public relationship is a sort of like the questions asked for is like negative when we considering that, because it was like when we hearing the public relationship, it was like a hidden the truth and a not protect the consumer. It just covering something, and your kind of uh, decoration something. When some negative news is happening, or there is negative claim about the companies, you're using some strategies to actually reverse the image in the consumer hearts or mind. And when we considering that things, it was literally a negative things for consumer is unfair because they cannot finding the truth. And the reason why I'm saying this is because this kind of thing is when we saw like one company is doing public relation, we know that sometimes the company is telling the lie or telling something that is fake. We easily obvious understand that things, or we find out. And the real example is there is a restaurant in China, in Beijing, is Xibei. It was like a Chinese restaurant, and during like 2025 crisis, and consumer was stopping that the company using rehate packagings food, but the company using one strategies of the public relationship is using a children's doing advertisement, which is say that I'm afraid of I cannot eat CBA anymore. And this is actually a very bad public relationship because it using like a ton of children's to reverse the image of rehated packaging's food restaurant. It was like a consumer was using like a very expensive price to spend like money on the restaurant, but it just get rehate packaging's food. Though the true thing is you need to using a public relation to prove that you are not using those kind of thing. You are using the fresh food, or and you cook immediately. I mean, but like this public relationship is just indicate it was negative in the consumer or public. And it just actually made a contradictory statement about like a fresh cooking and actual rehate packaging food. And this company was almost like shut down almost like 90% of the restaurant in China. It was a really big company previously. And I think for question 5 to improve the public relationship, A should be first be transparent. Should share some like real cases. I mean, they have like a clear metrics. And second, it was we could actually highlight some non-profit organizations and the public relations, and also like we need to make the datas and community like datas and numbers accurate, not letting the people's finding there's errors on there, and stick to the ethics. So refuse like dishonest like statements or like data, and that will make the public relations better in a certain aspect. And more, it was about like just kind of don't over decorations something. And that's my answer. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.